Good morning, students. Today we are going to do a very important topic in the chapter which we have already started, understanding secularism. You may remember, students, that in my previous video I told you what is secularism. Secularism is basically a strategy. It is basically a strategy according to which there is state do not interfere in the religious matter. There is a total separation between the state and the religion, and at the same time you must remember that in a secular country all the religions are treated equally and people have freedom of religion. Now, if we go by this statement that the secularism means total separation of religion and state, automatically it also comes that state will not interfere in any kind of a religious matter. Like in United States of America, according to their amendment in the Constitution, the legislature, the law-making body do not have any kind of a right to make laws related to religion. But if you will see, in our Indian context, it is a little bit different in the sense that in India also the state do not interfere in the religious matter. The state do not gives the Indian constitution gives every citizen the freedom to choose their religion, to interpret their religion, and if they are not happy they can choose any other religion also. They can also promote their religion and all. So state usually do not interfere and people are having that kind of a freedom. But whenever due to the religion the fundamental rights of any citizen is curtailed, in that case the Indian state interferes. So that makes Indian secularism different from the other secular countries. If you will see the other secular countries, they totally do not they do not interfere in any kind of the religious matter. But if you will see the same kind of a situation in India also the government do not interfere in the religious matter. Like it is in the Sikhism, they wear the turban. So government has given them that much freedom that they can drive bike, or they can go drive bike or scooter without wearing the helmet, because they are wearing that pagri, that turban, and it is not possible to wear helmet on the turban. So there we are having the freedom. If you will see, similarly, you as a student you can see that during the competitive exams lot of restrictions are there, that you are supposed to wear t-shirt and trouser. Nothing should be hidden, wear the slipper and all. But at the same time the people like Muslims, they sometimes they wear the burqa also, because it is given in their religion. It is in their religion to wear the burqa. So they are allowed. So in that case they are thoroughly checked by the machine, and no suspicious thing is found in them. They are allowed to wear the burqa. So Indian government or Indian state is sensitive towards the religious matter. It generally do not interfere. But if in the name of religion someone's fundamental rights are violated, then Indian state intervene. My dear students, you need to understand there is a difference between interfere and intervention. Interventions is generally a positive term. It is a positive term to sort out the differences. It is a positive term to create a good environment. Like if two students in your class, just take the example, in your class if two students are fighting, they are fighting, and then you intervene to stop them, then what is this? It is a positive, your attitude is positive. You wanted them to sort out their differences without fighting, without injuring themselves, isn't it? And let's take another example also. If suppose 4-5 students are trying to some maths problem, and they are not able to do, and you know the answer, you know the formula by which that problem can be solved. So if you will help them by telling them, look, this formula you have to apply, and then this problem will be easily sorted out, then what you are doing? You are intervening. Your mindset is positive. You want to sort out the problem, you want to help them. Similarly, if you will see two peoples are discussing something among themselves and they don't want any kind of a any kind of a suggestion from you, and then also you start troubling them, then it is interference. So there is a difference between intervention and interfere. So same with, you can say, in with the Indian state also, generally it do not interfere in the religious matter, but whenever they feel that in the name of the religion someone's fundamental rights are curtailed, or someone is not allowed to lead a good life, a dignified life, then in such circumstances the Indian state intervene. Okay, like in our Indian in India is a country full of diversity, and there are so many religious practices. So in Hinduism, for generations the lower castes were exploited, the lower castes were discriminated, and there was a very inhuman practice of untouchability also. So Indian constitution has prohibited any kind of exploitation, any kind of a discrimination based on the caste. So here what is happening here, the Indian government is intervening in the religious matter. Is okay. So same there are numerous example you can get. Just recently, if you will see, for last 2-3 years there is lot of controversy related to the Sabrimala temple. Have you heard about it in the news? In the what is the case? The case is that the Sabrimala temple, in the Sabrimala temple, women are not allowed to do the worship for a very long time. From the ancient times they were not allowed to do the worship there. So the women organizations filed a case and said that when women are not allowed, so somewhere they are not getting the right to equality, right to religion. Okay, they want to worship but they are not allowed, and they filed the case in the Supreme Court, and ultimately Supreme Court gave the decision in the favor of women and allowed the women also to do the worship. So whenever in the name of religion someone's fundamental rights are violated or curtailed, then Indian states intervene. Okay, so that makes our Indian secularism very much different from the other secular countries. What is the difference? I would like to repeat once again to make it more clear that when we are talking about the secular country are those countries where religion and the state are totally separated. The state do not interfere in the religious matter. But when we are talking about our Indian constitution or our Indian state, in India also the government generally do not interfere in the religious matter. There is total separation. In the government offices, in the government colleges, they do not celebrate any religious festival as particular, because for Indian government all the religions are equal. So they do not promote any particular religion. And we also talked about that if some religious practice, Indian government do not interfere in many kind of religious practices also. Like it is compulsory to wear the helmet if you are riding the bike. But the Sikh people are allowed to wear the turban, and if they are not wearing the helmet, they are not forced to give the fine, or no fine is taken from them. Similarly, we talked about the burqa also. But in certain circumstances, when the government feels that in the name of the religion someone's fundamental rights are curtailed, someone's fundamental rights are taken away, someone is exploited, discriminated on the name of religion, in such cases the government of India intervene in those matters. Like we talked about the untouchability. Untouchability was very inhuman practice, and it is very much prevalent in India since a long time. In the name of religion, the lower caste people were treated very badly. They were discriminated. They were not allowed to get the education. They were not allowed to take the water from the hand pump or the well. And there were numerous methods. There were numerous ways by which they were tortured. So our Indian constitution and our Indian government has made many laws to end this discrimination. Now you cannot exploit anyone or discriminate anyone on the name of religion. Untouchability has been banned. Not only banned, that particular inhuman practice is mentioned in our Indian constitution. Article 17 of our Indian constitution totally banned the untouchability. if you will practice any kind of a discrimination in the name of religion, you will get the severe punishment. So this makes our country unique, our secularism different from other countries. Okay beta, thank you. In my next video we will discuss about some of the important questions also. Thank you very much.